chest is known as pectoral region. If we look from outside it, what we see, there is a skin, superficial fascia, then come deep fascia, and then muscles. In between the muscle layer, there is also another deep fascia. So skin, superficial fascia, one of the deep fascia, that is pectoral fascia, then comes pectoralis major muscle, then clavipectoral fascia, then pectoralis minor. In one section we can see all these, and then comes rib with the intercostal muscles. In a horizontal section or transverse section we can see all these. Okay. Now coming to skin. Skin, the main content of skin is the cutaneous nerve and cutaneous vessels. Cutaneous nerve. If we draw one horizontal line across the sternal angle, that is the junction of the manubrium sterni and the body of the sternum, here at the level of the second costal cartilage, if we draw one horizontal line, it is supplied by three supraclavicular nerve, that is medial, lateral and intermediate supraclavicular nerve. And below the sternal angle, it is supplied by the anterior and lateral cutaneous nerve of T2 to T6, thoracic nerve. Okay, thoracic spinal nerve, anterior and lateral cutaneous nerve branch. Now, what is anterior and lateral cutaneous nerve? It is the branch of intercostal nerve. What is intercostal nerve? It is nothing but the ventral rami of their respective spinal segment. Suppose here is the brain, this is face, and here is the brain, this is the spinal cord. If we cut the section of the spinal cord, what we see? This is ventral horn, these are dorsal horn, this is central canal of the spinal cord. From the dorsal horn, here is the dorsal root is coming out, and from here the ventral root. Ventral root. Both these root, from the ventral aspect, ventral root is coming, and from the dorsal aspect, from the cut section of the spinal cord, this dorsal root is coming, and this is dorsal root ganglia. Both these root unite to form one spinal nerve, which again divide into ventral and dorsal rami. Here, from the root, it is purely motor, and from the dorsal root, it is purely sensory. But here, the fibers are fibers are mixing here into the dorsal rami as well as the ventral rami. Motor for giving the command to those muscles, and sensory for receiving the sensation. Here they are purely sensory and motor, but in the rami they are mixed. And ventral rami is for giving motor command as well as receiving sensation from the ventral 2/3, and dorsal rami for the dorsal 1/3 of the body, whole body. Ventral rami entitled for giving command by its motor part. It contains both motor and sensory component. From motor, it gives command to the ventral 2/3 of the whole body of their respective spinal segment. And the dorsal rami is for the posterior 1/3. Okay, clear? So cutaneous nerve is nothing but the ventral rami. This one. It is the prolongation of the ventral rami of their respective spinal segment. Suppose this is T2 to T6. So at the level of T2, then T3, T4, T5, T6, the ventral rami is coming out, and this is known as intercostal nerve. And on the lateral aspect, lateral cutaneous nerve, and on the anterior aspect, there is anterior cutaneous nerve. So this is about the cutaneous nerve. Now coming to cutaneous arteries. It is supplied by the anterior and lateral cutaneous arteries. Anterior cutaneous artery is the branch of internal thoracic artery, perforating branch of. आज आप लोग डायसेक्शन करेंगे तो सबसे पहले जब स्किन हटाएंगे तो तुरंत एकदम क्यूटेनियस नर्व और क्यूटेनियस आर्टरी दिखाई देगा. परफोरेटिंग ब्रांच ऑफ द एंटीरियर क्यूटेनियस आर्टरी हर एक इंटरकॉस्टल नर्व से निकल स्पेस से निकलेगा. ठीक है. परफोरेटिंग ब्रांच फ्रॉम द इंटरनल thoracic artery. This is heart. Ascending aorta, arch of aorta, descending aorta. Okay. Now brachiocephalic, common carotid and subclavian. Right side there is brachiocephalic artery which divide into the common carotid and subclavian. And in the left side there is common carotid and there is no brachiocephalic. There is subclavian. Okay. From the subclavian, it is the branches of subclavian artery is vitamin CD. Vitamin CD. That is the vertebral artery, internal thoracic artery, thoracocervical trunk, costocervical trunk, and dorsal scapular. So the second one, that is the internal thoracic artery. It runs by the side of the sternum. और उसी में से निकल रहा है this perforating branch, which is known as anterior cutaneous artery. And the posterior cutaneous artery is the branch of the descending aorta. ये लेफ्ट साइड में चला गया तो लेफ्ट वाला छोटा होगा, राइट वाले को पूरा क्रॉस करके इधर आना पड़ रहा है. ठीक है. So anterior cutaneous artery is the perforating branch of internal thoracic artery, whereas the lateral cutaneous artery is the branch of posterior intercostal artery. पूछा जाता है भाई बाबू. ठीक है. तो क्यूटेनियस सप्लाई के बारे में बात हुई. अब आ जाते हैं सुपरफिशियल फासा. विदिन द खुद से आ जाए. The superficial fossa, it contains very important structure, that is mammary gland. Mammary gland is nothing but the modified sweat gland. It is apocrine in nature. As far as the mode of secretion is concerned, it is apocrine in nature. That's only apical part is lost during as the product of secretion. So apocrine in nature. And if we see the microscopic anatomy, it is compound tubulo-alveolar variety. Compound that it has got major duct, contains minor duct, and so it is compound variety. And tubulo-acinar, that is secretory unit, contains tubule as well as the acini. Tubulo-acinar, compound tubulo-acinar variety of gland. Mammary gland. Okay. It has got skin with areola and nipple, then parenchyma as well as the stroma. Skin, areola, nipple lies at the level of fourth intercostal space. Okay. And areola is the brownish pigmented area around the nipple, and it contains sebaceous gland which get hypertrophy during the pregnancy and lactation and known as Montgomery tubercle. Okay. Coming to parenchyma, it is the main part of that all the duct. There are 12 to 15 lactiferous duct in one mammary gland. These are duct, and at its proximal part, it gets somewhat dilated to form a chamber known as lactiferous sinus, and all has got separate opening the nipple. Okay, this duct, it will lead to one lobe, and it will give rise to many duct which will open into tubulo-acinar variety of secretory unit. Tubulo-acinar variety of secretory unit. So it has got many lobule. One lobe has got many lobule. Mammary gland, as the parenchyma, it has got duct and the acini, all the glands. The duct, there are 12 to 15 lactiferous duct. In its proximal part, it is somewhat dilated to form the lactiferous sinus, and this one duct will lead to one lobe, and within one lobe there are many lobules. Okay, in which there is secretory part. One gland has got conducting part and the secretory part. So the secretory unit contains tubule as well as the acini, and then it will lead to minor duct, and minor duct will lead to major duct. Okay, and regarding stroma, it is of two types: fatty stroma and fibrous stroma. Fibrous stroma, in between the two lobes there is interlobar septa, and in between the two lobule, interlobular septa. These are stroma, fibrous stroma, and in between the two lobes, this is also known as suspensory ligament of Cooper. This fibrous septa, which are going up to the pectoral fossa, it is known as suspensory ligament of Cooper, and it has got great clinical significance as it gets shortened in case of breast carcinoma. Okay, so give puckered appearance. It gives fixity to the chest wall. The breast will fix to the chest wall due to the infiltration of the cancerous tissue within the suspensory ligament of Cooper. Okay, so it has got great clinical significance. And one is fatty stroma, which forms the main bulk of the gland. In between the lobule and acini, there are so many fat, the loose areolar tissue, which form as a whole stroma. A little bit we have to write about the macroscopic anatomy. Only that much. Skin areola, parenchyma, stroma. Parenchyma, it is the main working committee which contains the duct as well as the acini. There are 12 to 15 lactiferous duct along with the sinus, and there is lobe and lobules. And stroma, there is fibrous stroma and fatty stroma. Fibrous stroma, interlobar septa, interlobular septa. Interlobar septa, great clinical significance, also known as suspensory ligament of Cooper, get contracted in case of breast cancer. And fatty stroma, it forms the main bulk of the gland, and it lies in between these lobe and lobules, in between the acini and the duct. The proliferation and the branching of duct is governed by estrogen, whereas the acini, the development of acini is by the progesterone, and the duct is by estrogen, and milk let down is by the prolactin. So now coming to is arterial supply. Arterial supply of the breast or mammary gland. first we have to go for the extension. Okay, the vertical extension from the second to sixth costal cartilage, and for horizontal extension it is from the lateral aspect of the sternum up to the mid axillary line, and there is one axillary tail. In its posterolateral aspect there is one tail called axillary tail of Spence, and it penetrates the deep fossa and reaches into the axilla at the level of third rib, and that aperture is known as foramen of Langer. That aperture within the deep fossa, the hole, is known as foramen of Langer. So regarding the arterial supply, venous drainage as well as the lymphatic drainage, for hole the mnemonic is PIA, that is posterior intercostal artery, internal thoracic artery and axillary artery. Vein, posterior intercostal vein, internal thoracic vein and the axillary vein. Lymph node, posterior intercostal lymph node, internal thoracic lymph node and axillary lymph node. 75% of the mammary gland, the breast tissue, is drained to the axillary lymph node. Now we are focusing over the lymphatic drainage. For arterial supply, that much is enough, that it is supplied by posterior intercostal, internal thoracic and the axillary artery. For venous drainage, posterior intercostal vein, internal thoracic vein and the axillary vein. Now coming to lymphatic drainage, as the breast cancer is more common in India and it is spread through, we all know that the cancerous tissue is spread through the lymphatic pathway, so lymphatic drainage is very, very important. So lymph nodes, posterior intercostal lymph node, internal thoracic lymph node and the axillary lymph node mainly. 75% will drain into the axillary lymph node. Okay, internal thoracic 25%, posterior intercostal perhaps 25% or internal thoracic 5%. Okay, देख लीजिएगा बुक में. अभी now axillary lymph node, it is divided into the anterior, apical, central, lateral and posterior group. Axillary lymph node, which lies in between the pectoralis minor and major, or you can say anterior to the pectoralis minor, is the anterior group, also known as pectoral group, because it lies in between the two pectoralis muscle, that is pectoralis major and the pectoralis minor. Anterior or pectoral group. Above the, here in red color I have shown this pectoralis minor muscle. Okay, so anterior to that, this one is anterior axillary lymph node. Above the pectoralis minor, but all are along the axillary vein. Okay, so this is apical. Above pectoralis minor, apical. Below pectoralis minor, but by the side of humerus, it is lateral or humeral variety. Just below the pectoralis minor, it is central. And in the posterior axillary fold, by the side of subscapular vein, it is posterior group of axillary lymph node. Anterior to pectoralis minor, anterior group. Above pectoralis minor, apical group. Below pectoralis minor, central group. By the side of humerus is the lateral or humeral group. And in the posterior axillary fold, by the side of circumflex scapular vein, subscapular vein, it is posterior. Okay. Now lymphatic drainage described on the, if we divide for the descriptive purpose in 4 quadrants. the mammary gland will be divided into 4 quadrants. That it is upper and outer, this is lower and outer, this is upper and inner, and this is lower and inner. Upper and outer, it will drain to, जो यहाँ बगल में है, apical group, anterior group, and the central group. Now, lower and outer, it will go to the lateral group. From the posterior aspect of the breast, एक ये additional है, posterior aspect of the breast going to the posterior group. और लोअर एंड आउटर जो जा रहा है लैटरल में, थोड़ा सा पोस्टीरियर में भी जा रहा है, ठीक है, क्योंकि यहीं पे बगल में है, जो जिसके बगल में है उसमें चला जाएगा. अपर एंड आउटर एपिकल में, एंटीरियर में, सेंट्रल में. फिर लोअर एंड आउटर गोइंग टू ह्यूमरल और लैटरल, एंड सम पार्ट आल्सो टू द पोस्टीरियर. From the posterior aspect of the breast going to posterior. Upper and inner going to internal thoracic lymph node, which lies by the internal thoracic vein, by the side of sternum, internal thoracic lymph node. And lower and inner going to mediastinal lymph node. Mediastinum is what? Is the cavity of thorax in the middle, in between the two lungs. Within the mediastinum, heart lies. Okay, and also there are various structures. So mediastinal lymph node, जहाँ जिसका है यहाँ जैसे डायफ्राम है, इस तरह यहाँ डायफ्राम हो गया, यहाँ पे mediastinum हो गया इसके अंदर, तो यहाँ पे ये mediastinal lymph node. Now how the spread of carcinoma occur. This is very important. The drainage and then spread. This first the normal drainage. This lateral, posterior and anterior. This will drain into central. Lateral, posterior, anterior, this will drain into central, then central to the apical, apical to the supraclavicular, from the supraclavicular to the, in the left side it is going to the thoracic duct, and in the right side right lymphatic duct. इस तरह से नॉर्मल ड्रेनेज हो गया. अब कैंसर फैल कैसे रहा है, तो फ्रॉम द एंटीरियर all these axillary lymph node, they are going to the apical, finally apical में आ रहा है, from the apical to the supraclavicular, apical से फिर supraclavicular यहाँ lymph node है उसमें चला गया. Supraclavicular से here lies the external jugular vein which opens into the subclavian vein. So here is the upper deep cervical lymph node. Okay, upper deep cervical lymph node. Then this internal jugular vein, it is piercing the parotid gland. So from upper deep cervical lymph node to the parotid lymph node and to the parotid salivary gland. Okay, so among all these three major salivary glands, that is parotid, sublingual and submandibular, the parotid is most vulnerable by the breast carcinoma. How? Because anterior, lateral, posterior, they are going to central, central going to apical, apical to supraclavicular, supraclavicular to upper deep cervical, to the parotid, and then inside the parotid gland. Okay? Now, this internal thoracic, it is interconnected via the lymphatic to the contralateral side of internal thoracic lymph node. Behind the sternum, the lymphatics is passing in between the two lymph nodes. The channel is known as lymphatics, and from the lymphatics, it is going to the contralateral side. So if lady comes with the breast carcinoma with unilateral breast cancer, but upper and inner aspect, you have to look for the contralateral breast also, because there is much more chances for the dissemination into the contralateral side also, due to this peculiar side, that is the upper and inner. Okay, so going to contralateral side. Now the lower and inner quadrant, it is coming to the mediastinal lymph node. From the mediastinal lymph node, here is the caval opening, inferior vena cava is going from here. So it is now coming to the caval lymph node, to the subperitoneal lymph node and abdominal intra-abdominal lymph nodes. वो फिर एब्डोमिनल कैविटी में कैवल ओपनिंग की तरफ वेनस सिस्टम को फॉलो करता है लिम्फ नोड, जहां जहां वेन है वहां फिर लिम्फेटिक एंड लिम्फ नोड, लिम्फेटिक्स लिम्फ नोड ऐसे ऐसे है, उसके अलोंग सजा हुआ है. तो वो कैवल ओपनिंग जो कि डायफ्राम में है उसके थ्रू वो चला जाता है, T8 के लेवल पे है, तो वो नीचे आ गया. फिर इंफीरियर वेना कवा, फिर यहाँ पे रीनल वेन है और गोनाडल वेन, राइट गोनाडल वेन डायरेक्टली ओपन्स इनटू द इंफीरियर वेना कवा, वेयर इज द लेफ्ट गोनाडल वेन ओपन्स इनटू द रीनल वेन. तो ये इसके अलोंग जो लिम्फ नोड है इससे होते हुए गोनाड्स में चला जाता है, ओवरी में चला गया. दिस इज नोन एज क्रूकेनबर्ग ट्यूमर. Always asked in the Viva exam, what is Krukenberg tumor? How the breast cancer will lead to Krukenberg tumor? If the breast carcinoma is in the lower and inner aspect, it is draining into the mediastinal lymph node. From the caval opening, it is coming to the abdominal cavity, and now the subperitoneal lymph node, intra-abdominal lymph node, and by the side of gonadal vein and the renal vein also, then to gonadal vein it is going to the gonads, that is the ovary, and lead to Krukenberg tumor. Although Krukenberg tumor is most common secondary to the pyloric adenocarcinoma. स्टमक हुआ, स्टमक का जो दो पार्ट होता है, कार्डियक पार्ट होता है, पाइलोरिक पार्ट होता है, उसमें पाइलोरस में वहां के जो ग्लैंड्स होते हैं वहां पे कैंसर हो जाता है. पाइलोरिक एडिनोकार्सिनोमा उससे मोस्ट कॉमन होता है, ये उसके बाद इसका नंबर है. ब्रेस्ट से क्रूकेनबर्ग ट्यूमर होना, मोस्ट कॉमनली क्रूकेनबर्ग ट्यूमर पाइलोरिक एडिनोकार्सिनोमा सेकेंडरी टू द पाइलोरिक एडिनोकार्सिनोमा होता है. ठीक है. अब ये जो लोअर एंड आउटर, they are going to the posterior intercostal lymph node. posterior axillary fold में तो जा ही रहा है, and posterior intercostal lymph node भी जा रहा है.